actually have right about 3,000 square feet of exterior deck space.
And we love all the windows, the open space, all the light comes in.
So for example, you can say, hey Siri, movie night, and then all the lights in here will dim.
The Swiss Family Robinson was one of the movies, and that's basically about a family who shipwrecked, and then they took the ship and turned it into this treehouse. I thought someday would be so cool.
Hi, I'm Dak.
And I'm Dean, Dak's father.
Welcome to Skywalk Treehouse.
Welcome to the primary treehouse. Here we're in the kitchen. What we thought would be a really fun idea would be to keep it an open floor plan kind of concept. We've got the deck that kind of works with the kitchen as well. And so you can kind of go in and out. And with the kitchen, we wanted to use some real fun appliances. So we decided to go with just a home style appliance and a nicer appliance as well. And then with this island, we did the same thing. We wanted to have people be able to sit while we're actually working in the kitchen and then bring in the whole treehouse as well. What we use for cabinets is a big box shop. You'd find the basic cabinet. And then we gingerbreaded it up and made them really look nice with a skin on the outside and stained it in a way that was really fun. And we used a kicker board to make it look like it wasn't your typical kitchen that you would get at a home box store. We put some power strips on both sides that you could plug your phones into, and we made sure that we had power going to the islands as well. With the countertop, we were trying to save a little money, but at the same time wanted to make it look really nice. So we decided to go with a butcher block countertop and stained it or whitewashed it in a way that looks kind of more like a conventional stone or a man-made type of a composite that worked really well. And it also goes with all of our theme around the whole build with the whitewashed decks and the actual house itself. So, and the ceiling, we have the whitewashed ceiling as well. And then we used like a polyurethane, like 4 or 5 coats of that. And it really holds up well with most heat and it doesn't scratch too much, and it's really easy to refinish as well. And when the sun's going down, it's just a real wonderful time to be cooking a meal and enjoying company. So it's really been an enjoyable space, and we're really happy we designed it the way we did. Okay, so we wanted to address the doors. We had 2 ideas. They have the folding doors, the bifolding doors that expand open, and they also have this idea with a garage kind of a door that opens up. And we like the idea of the garage door because it keeps the doors basically off the ground, and it also allows us to really be creative in the way it opens up. We can just push a button and it opens right up, and it brings all the fresh air in, and push a button and it shuts back down. So we really enjoy this open door concept we came up with.
So when we originally started designing the treehouse, we realized how much deck space we have. We actually have right about 3,000 square feet of exterior deck space. And we really wanted to come up with a way that we could combine the interior with the exterior and really bring the outside in. And we love to be in the trees. When we were kids, the treehouse we always had were literally just decks in the trees. So you really want to feel like you're out in the trees. So we came up with the idea of this huge glass garage door. So when it's shut, you can see through it, you can feel like you're in it, and then those nice days that are sunny and warm, you can open it up, and it just brings this entire living room outside as well. So you can be hanging out here, you can be barbecuing, the whole family can be out here having a great time. You can be watching TV, the football game that's on while barbecuing, and everybody can be together, and it just opens the space up like crazy. It turns this 400 or 500 square feet that you have in this principal treehouse, this first area, it just turns it into an extra 1,000 square feet of living space that you can enjoy both inside and outside, all while being up at the level of treetops. So it's just the funnest place. This is where all the action happens when you're hanging out and having fun. Everybody's usually around here just having a good time. There's so much stuff to do. I liked video games just like anybody, but my love was always design, architecture, and stuff. So I found myself at a young age, trying to get to bed before 4 o'clock. Just instead of playing video games, I just would sit on the computer and design homes. I always wanted to design a home I wanted to build, for my future and that type of stuff. So I love all that kind of stuff. And being from, probably raised from my dad, he was always drawing and art and all that kind of stuff was a huge influence in my life. And something about tiny homes and building something that's really unique, that has it all, but in a really small, confined, simplistic state, And then on top of that, make it even more unique by putting it up in the air 25 feet. That stuff it's, I'm still a child when it comes to that. I don't think I'll ever be different, and I don't think my dad will either.
Dak designed this whole thing. So once he designed it, we would go back and forth on what might look cool and everything. It was just this first build, and then we started coming up with the idea of maybe we add a second one and a third one, kind of the idea that the Star Wars thing, the Ewok village. And so we thought, well, we'll connect them with bridges. So we just kind of went crazy with it at that point. With my story with it, it's going to be obviously involving the family and everything in Dakota. When I was young, I liked Disney, first of all, and then I started working for Disney. And one of the things I really loved about it when I was young is it had the Swiss Family Robinson was one of the movies, and that's an older movie. And that's basically about a family shipwrecked, and they took the ship and turn it into this treehouse. I thought someday would be so cool to be stranded on an island and living on living in a tree. That's always been my thing, and always loved tree houses since I was 10 years old or whatever. I thought someday it would be great to do a family project, so Dakota and I got together and made one of our dreams come true. So this has just been wonderful to do this.
So when we originally designed the treehouse, we wanted kind of a lot of open space. We loved the idea of modern and just minimalistic, open, not too many walls that closed off stuff. So really the only walls we have in here are kind of the bathrooms. Originally we wanted to close this and maybe make a separate bedroom, but we didn't like the idea of closing it off, putting walls up. So we kind of met in between the two, and we made it a bedroom in a way, but then also a hangout area. So we have this two separate areas. The main living room over there, you can be hanging out, you can watching the TV, whatever, but then maybe let's say there's a different conversation going on, that you have your cousins visiting and you want to talk with them over here. This is a really kind of fun idea with just a couch bed type of thing. So literally it's just a twin size mattress, but we piled enough pillows up to give it a little bit of a backrest. So if you want to hang out, watch TV, sit down, talk, you can be a different conversation than what's going on over there. And at night, if you want to sleep here, you can just pull all the pillows off and it's just a perfect bed to sleep on. But then also at the same time, you're still included in the whole environment of the whole treehouse. It's still open space, and we just really like the idea that everybody could be still together, but then have another little area to hang out in if you want to. So this is the first bathroom, right as you come walking through the front door. Kind of the same thing as all the other bathrooms. This is one of 4. They're all pretty similar. So we really like the idea of this glass. It's just, we didn't want to make a standard normal shower. So these actually open up, come to a close with a magnet. It's really, really cool. Opens up, gives you a lot of space to step in and out. But yeah, we really like that. Everything's custom tile work. This is really fun because you got this big old window. We really like the idea of having that picturesque kind of, you open the barn door, there's a big window right across from it. And we just really like the idea of bringing the trees in, making sure that in every room you're in, you remember you're in a treehouse. The only thing about this one, if you're going to the bathroom, just make sure you close these, because if not, people could walk right by there on the deck and just see you going to the bathroom. So
coming off the spiral staircase, this is the master bedroom to the main build. My wife and I really enjoy staying here. It was a great getaway for our family, and this is our spot we really enjoy. With it, you get the king-size bed, we get to enjoy the flat screen TV, and we love all the windows, the open space, all the light comes in, and it's just beautiful. And you've got your own a picture in every one of these windows, and that's why we did a lot of windows. We don't have a lot of wall space, but we got the windows that really work well. With the windows, we also have these curtains that we could pull out anytime you want, and it really makes it private. We've got our own private deck, and we've also got our own bathroom. We also made this bed by hand. It's a floating bed. We really enjoy this room and the open space and the idea that you're in a treehouse. We also enjoy the different pitches. It's a high ceiling, and we've got the T&G throughout the whole build. The pitch is we just love the pitch of the ceiling, the way we did everything flat roof. As an artist, I'm an illustrator, and I've worked for Disney for 20 years. With this, it really helps me to open my imagination up and open my mind up about the next painting I'm going to do, or the next build we're going to do as a family. So anyway, it really is a feeling of openness, and it's an enjoyable place to stay, this master bedroom. Okay, we're on the private deck of the master bedroom. This is a fun space we really enjoy. You're able to come off your master bedroom and just have your own little space up here. And again, enjoy the environment, enjoy where you're 23 feet, 25 feet in the air. And we have our own little hammock. We have our own little bench, we built the bench with a little storage space, and it really is a fun place to just hang out and get away from everything. And if you're with a bunch of family and you just want to kind of get away and just talk, it's a great environment to do that as well. So with the private deck, we have this lighting that we can dim, and we've got this little fan and a hammock, and we got this little tree growing through the little hammock as well that you can read it and everything. So it really is a fun environment. You know, when the sun's going down and you just want to kind of get away from it, it's really an enjoyable space. Okay, so we came from the master bedroom, came down a spiral staircase, and I'm going up another spiral staircase. I thought I'd tell a story about this spiral staircase a little bit. My son and I thought we would build spiral staircases through the build because it works with the treehouse. We thought, well, we'll purchase one. And we decided, well, you know what, they're kind of expensive. And we thought, well, maybe we could build one because we like building everything. And so we attempted to do this. And I think it turned out really cool. But we used one of the trees that was on the property, and we were able to drag it up here and cut it the way we needed to cut it, and it was really quite heavy, but it was a really fun project. And at the end, we got this tree that kind of looks like it's part of a tree growing through the deck, and that was the idea. So we used the real branches from the tree and the trunk and everything. So it really turned out fun, and we really enjoyed it with the net. We brought all that in as well. So, and we're heading up to the sun deck, so we'll see up there. Now we're on the sun deck, came up from the spiral staircase, and we really enjoy this spot as well. It's we call it the sun deck because it's the most exposed to the sun. We have 3 decks. The main deck, this is the middle deck, and we have the next one that goes up. We have a little sofa you can enjoy yourself with, and a little fire pit as well. The way we approached it was we wanted to build a deck on top of a roof, and so it was really kind of tricky. So we did as much homework as we could, and we found the best way to do it was this. And so we have a tilted roof, and we wanted to counter that with a main level deck. So the way we did that was we put the roof on first, and then we put the like stringers or boards that are across, and we had to make sure that those were level, and then we put our deck on top of that. And it works really well when it rains and everything like that. So it really is a fun place to hang out and enjoy, a number of people up here. So, okay, I'm gonna hang out here. I'm gonna have my son Dak show you the cloud.
So we did some research, and we ended up finding this beautiful place out here in Tennessee in the Smoky Mountains. My wife and I just sold everything we owned, and we had one SUV, packed the entire car up, and just drove all the way across the entire country. And then came out here and started designing around the trees. We literally just mapped out with stakes the whole design.
We wanted to make it like an organic kind of feel that works with the trees, and it kind of flows. Treehouses are really tough to design because you got to work around what you already have, and so that's something that's really tough to do. And Dak did a great job at that as well. So go ahead.
Thanks. Yeah. From there, once we kind of had a rough idea of what we could do with the space, and we mapped it out with stakes and with yarn and string, and kind of gave the general idea, square footage, that type of stuff. I just took those dimensions and put it in SketchUp, and then built the build around it. I would do a design, and my dad and I and mom and my wife would look at it, and we would say, yeah, it looks good. But it's just still not exactly what we're feeling. After about the 6th or 7th design, it just flowed, and we looked at it, and my dad just said, yep, that's exactly what we've envisioned. From there, yeah, we had the design. I did it in depth in SketchUp, and then I actually built it stick by stick, so stud for stud, beams, boards, 2x4s, everything. I built it in SketchUp so that when we were building it, we could literally just reference SketchUp and say, hey, this needs a header. After doing all span charts and engineering and researching it a lot, and if you forget during the build, you can just reference your SketchUp model and say, hey, that's right, this needs 2x10s to support the load and the span and all that kind of stuff. So
and then we sent that design to an engineer, which looked at everything and made sure everything was right and stamped it.
Yep.
Yeah, so we were making sure we did everything. Most what you designed though was pretty much right on almost, huh? I mean, there was a couple
of things he had to correct, just a few things, because I'm not professional, so but then it's pretty good, and then we got it sent back, and then got permits.
The city was really worked with us really great, and it was within how long until we were basically swinging a hammer?
Couple weeks. We got permits ready and going, and started on the build process. We're up here on the cloud. We're actually about 50 feet in the air right now. You really get just an amazing view of the Smoky Mountains, of all the trees. You get the green. It really feels like you're up here on the highest levels of the trees. This is one of my favorite spots to just come and hang out. You can see really well here where we really wanted to incorporate the trees to make it feel like you're in a treehouse. The hardest part about that is you need trees that go right through the builds. So this one, you can tell this tree goes all the way from the bottom. It goes through the main deck, it comes through the second level deck, and it comes through the third level deck. And even we had to build around it, coming around this roof right here as well. When the wind actually gets going, you can even sometimes feel just a little bit of that will kind of bump up against it. It's pretty fun. Kind of makes you feel like you're up here swaying with the wind and with the trees. And when the wind also comes and when people walk around, you can feel a slight sway of the whole build. So that feels super, super fun. Is, you know, just kind of feeling like you're up here in a treehouse, essentially. Yeah, so this is the deck, and then we can go ahead and pop inside and show you what the room's like. Here we are in the cloud. The reason why this is called the cloud, you notice everything, we wanted to keep a white theme. So we did comforters, pillows, walls, ceilings whitewashed, the exterior's painted white, and that's just because when we started the design, we wanted to have a room that you really felt super high up. And then when we were building it, we thought, hey, we should call it the cloud. It fits it perfect. You know, you're way high up, kind of in the clouds. Something that we love about this room is this is really the place that when you wake up in the morning, you feel like you're in the trees. Like every time we have family come and visit, this is kind of the room that everybody fights for because this is the room that you feel like you're most in the treehouse. We have your own bathroom. We have a mini fridge, microwave, TV, table. I love the idea of tiny homes, and we kind of wanted to build an own separate little tiny home that's way high up in the air, that you have everything you need. You can hang out here. If you want to go socialize, you can. If you have a small, you know, family and stuff, and you just want to hang out here with your wife or your kids, whatever, you just have your privacy up here. The only way you can get up here is going up both spiral staircases, so it's super secluded. It's your own little treehouse up there, and it's just a blast. The windows, the same theme as the other master bedroom. These are the pictures, the trees, the leaves. We wanted everybody to focus on that rather than putting pictures up and stuff. So that's just this, you know, you wake up, you see you're in the beautiful Smoky Mountains, trees everywhere, and it's just a dream to be up here, kind of up in the top of the trees. You can see the view that you have in this room. You wake up, that's your view. Nobody's seen in here. You have privacy. You can close the curtains if you want, but we all just leave them open because nobody's seen up here to begin with. You have a huge TV. My dad and I were kids at heart. We love technology. We love TVs. We put TVs everywhere in here. This is no different. You have a TV here. You can sit, eat something, watch the TV, or we thought, hey, it'd be fun to have a TV that could just pivot out. That way you can watch it from the bed. Go eat something, pivot in there. Yeah, just kind of have it from any angle. Originally, when we designed this upper area, the cloud, we didn't have a bathroom in it. And then as we got built in, we thought, you know, if you're up here alone or with your wife or kids or whatever, we need a spot that we could be able to come in here and shower and just do everything you need in one location. So we snuck this little bathroom in here, you know, traditional tiny home style, where it's just probably 6 feet by 3 feet, maybe 4 feet. Small little bathroom, but it gives you everything you need. The shower is just floor to ceiling tile. We stuck with these really kind of exposed, kind of beachy themed showers. We really like that. And then this is really fun. So this sink, we really like this idea of these sinks that kind of sit on top of the counter. With this one though, it's really special because we actually just chopped a log and we just used it as our counter for the sink. Just polyurethaned it, stained it a little bit, made it look nice. And that just brings the whole treehouse element into the bathroom. And we really like it because, you know, you're up here. A lot of our themes are modern. You don't have a ton of wood and stuff. So we really wanted to incorporate that tree feel. So the theme that we did with all the doors, because it's really limited space, tiny home type of feel, you know, we couldn't really have this door swinging out or in. So we ended up finding out, hey, we could do a barn doors. And actually it added to the theme, brought the wood feel into the build. And we really, really like it. So all of our doors just have the barn door that just swings. It's super minimalistic, doesn't take any space, and it's private. We love the styling as well. So this is the media treehouse. And this is where it really gets fun. Like I said, my dad and I were kids at heart. So this is where we really our imaginations we just let it go and pretty much just put everything we possibly would want as kids and still as kids, but adults we want in here. So the 4K projector and a 100-inch projector screen. There's room for a ton of people to sit here. All the family can come and we can watch a movie, surround sound. And it feels like a movie theater room in here. It's super fun. We have 8-foot windows, so we wanted that whole floor to ceiling feel. and we just wanted to bring in tons of the light, the trees, everything, make this feel totally open, but then have just a total fun hangout room in here. The ceilings in here, it's funny, when we designed it, we did not think it was gonna be nearly as big, and then when we started putting up walls, it just blew us away. They're about 16 feet tall at the highest point, and they taper down to 13 feet. And that was really, really quite tricky to work with. It being just him and I building it, it was really actually tough to put them up, but totally worth it. It really just feels big, open, and there's a ton of space in here to do a lot of different stuff. You can hang out. We have popcorn machine. We have a little bar area. We have treats, all that kind of stuff that you can. We have a little mini refrigerator. We love movies, so this was just super fun because you just got to have this room where you can all hang out and just relax. So something that we really wanted to do was make the whole treehouse smart. So it's all hooked up to Siri and Alexa. So for example, you can say, like, hey Siri, movie night, and then all the lights in here will dim, or actually, sorry, all the lights will actually completely turn off in here, out on the eaves, and make it all dark here, except for these lights right here at the bar. They'll dim to just 1%, so you can come up, and, you'll make a snack, you can make some popcorn, bring it back, and it's just, the whole experience is really fun. So the whole treehouse is totally smart. We have different commands that turn off certain lights, and scenes and atmospheres that just sets up with just saying one quick little thing. This right here, you have to have something like this in a treehouse. We just had to build it. It's just, the loft. We put a full-size bed up there, a little beanbag. We stuck with that net theme. We love the net. It makes it feel really, really treehousey. It's super fun. You're up there about 9 feet in the air. There's room for 2 people to sleep up there. You can actually still watch the projector screen from up there, and you have your own little, kind of like a little hangout for kids that you always wanted when you were young, to kind of go up there, get away from the parents, play some games, or hang out on the mattress and eat popcorn, and you can still watch the movie while being up in your loft. And then this, really, really fun to make. There's a Murphy bed. We looked these up. They cost a fortune to buy, and we thought, why don't we just build it? It has a full-size bed here, just pulls right off, sits right on the ground, can sleep 2 people. And then this one just pulls right off with these handles, comes all the way down. We have a ladder and a railing you can clip on, and you can sleep up here in this bunk. And this just adds a couple more spots when you have the family over. People can stay and hang out, and they can sleep as well in here. And we went with the tongue and groove theme again. Really, anywhere we could, we wanted to bring the trees in and incorporate it with the modern theme. It's funny, when we came out here, we originally weren't planning on a year and almost a half of a build. I think we thought it would be 6 months, and 6 months got into it, and we had probably just had framing done, maybe a little bit more, and we thought, well, maybe 8 months. 8 months went by, maybe 10 months, and then it just kept going and going and going, and then we just kind of thought, well, it'll get done when it gets done. I think we put in 12-hour days on average, 6 days a week, but it's just turned out such a big build. It's all way more expensive than you think. There's screws and nuts and bolts and brackets that you never calculate when you do all the, and I remember when I was calculating the cost, I thought I had everything, and I told my dad, I said, it'll be about between 200,000 and 230, but if we save here, and we save here, and we get a deal here, we could maybe even do it for cheaper. And then at the end, I knew we had already totally surpassed that.
Adding stuff all the time.
Adding stuff, and we
could do this and do this.
Yeah, and it was the whole idea of like, hey, we're gonna get a grill. Let's get a $200 grill. Well, but we want to do a nice one, so then my dad and I are the same way. We go, well, why not? We're gonna buy it once, and why not do it the right way, do it the best way? So everything kind of ended up being expensive. 85-inch TVs, a projector. We thought a $300 projector, and somehow ended up buying a $2,000 projector. Stuff you don't anticipate either is furnishing it, and rugs and towels and everything like that. And I think at the end we still need some calculating to do, but $450,000 probably roughly is kind of our total cost. That includes property, septic, well. The well was also 200 feet deeper than we thought it was going to be. That was an extra 10 grand, and just stuff like that. Septic, we wanted to go nice big septic, so we had it covered for any additional, if we ever want to add a bathroom or something like that, just 2.5 times what we thought it would be originally. So nothing too crazy, but it's always like that. Construction's always like that. You got to do everything you can do, calculating what you think it's going to be, and then just times it by 2, and that's usually what the cost kind of comes up to be. So.
Especially if you're us.
Yeah.
Because you always add things.
Yeah. Especially if you're adding stuff, and don't always stick to the original plan, but.
No.
Okay, so this is the guest treehouse. When we designed it, we wanted all 3 to kind of be facing the same way. Decks all kind of, you can yell to each other, talk to each other, and they're all kind of connected. This treehouse is a complete, separate, pretty much home. That's why we call it the guest treehouse. The idea was when maybe we have kids and our kids have kids, whatever, whoever's living here at the time, you can have a full another family come and visit. They have their full separate kitchen. It can sleep 6 people, full bathroom, just everything you need in a separate treehouse, but still connected. So we'll go ahead and jump in there and show you kind of the details inside and go over everything in there. I love this kitchen because, as you can see right here, there's literally a tree just right there in front of you. I hate to do dishes, but this actually makes it a little bit more enjoyable. I still don't like to do them, but it makes it a little bit more enjoyable. You can be here right in the kitchen. The idea is that you can be cooking, doing dishes, whatever you want to be doing, making coffee. It's just right there. The trees, the smokies, just all the leaves. Just really, really fun. It makes the kitchen a really fun place to hang out and to be. And then this is actually just a complete replica of the first kitchen. We have the refrigerator, we have the oven here, the nice big sink here, and the island, same size island as well. You know, we thought about putting shelves, something above the window, but the main focus we liked in this kitchen was the window. So we didn't really want to bring it lower so you could access stuff. We wanted that feeling of the huge panoramic window. So we went ahead and just, instead of putting it up above, we put it down below. And as far as the storage goes, because we don't have much above these windows, this is actually a big reason why we did the islands. Actually, everything just came together. The islands gives you seating. We don't have tons of room for a table, so the island works perfect for that. And then a lot of the storage is right here in these cabinets. So we store our dishes, all that kind of stuff. There's tons of cabinet space right in here. And then we have a little bit of cabinet space underneath the sink as well. And that's where we get most of our storage for everything we need to put in the kitchen. So this is the sleeping area for the guest treehouse. It's pretty much a studio layout where we have the king size bed. Again, it's the floating bed idea that we built actually by hand. It was really, really fun to build, but you have the king size bed surrounded by the windows. That way you just, again, while you're sleeping, you feel like you're just right there up in the trees. And then this was really fun to build. This is just a bunk bed. This is a real tree that was just, we found down below, and we just thought we'd use it for the support of the bunk. So these are actually supported, lagged right into this. And then if you can see up there, there's a little bird's nest. And that actually, when we were building the exterior, one of these circular can lights right here in the exterior, in the eaves, a little bird had gotten up before we had put the light in. A little bird had gotten up and actually had started nesting up in the eaves. And we waited, had little eggs, so we waited from the hatch, and they hatched and flew away, and then we were gonna go grab it, and then we went up to go check again. They had a whole nother set of eggs, and we waited for that again because we didn't want to disturb the nest. So once they hatched, we took it down. We thought, hey, it'd be really fun to put it in the build because it was, part of the build for 6 months. So we thought we'd stick it right up there and make it a part of our living space. Thought that'd be a really fun touch. Kind of brings that whole nature aspect into it, and people always ask if that's real, and yeah, we tell them it is. It's had 2 sets of hatchlings, so it's super fun to have in here. And then a futon as well, so 6 people can sleep in here and have TV and kitchen, and everything's just right in this area. So this is the bathroom in the guest treehouse. All the bathrooms are really fun, but we wanted to have a lot more, like bigger bathroom, really nice shower in one of these. So this is where we decided to do it. So we've got the tub right as you walk in. You open the door, you have the tub right here, super pretty. And then also with the shower, this is actually his and her shower. So you can see there's actually 2 shower heads. So you can, shower together with your wife or husband or whatever it is. This is actually a 4-foot wide by 7-foot shower. So there's just tons of room. It just feels super spacious, and it's really, really fun. Those little handles also can jet out water. So you have water from the top coming at you from all different angles, from 2 different shower heads. It's just a really, really fun experience to take a shower in here, take the freestanding tub bath right in here. So yeah, it's this is where we really wanted to kind of have just a really fun experience in the bathroom. So now we're in the living room of the guest treehouse. This is where we wanted to create a fun area too. So you could have your own area, sleep, amazing bathroom, another full kitchen, but then you have to have an area where you can hang out and watch some TV, play some Xbox, just kind of have the living room pretty much. So this is a 55-inch TV here. We have Xbox, soundbar, the futon that folds down to a bed, and also, you can have 3-4 people here kind of hanging out and watching a movie. A really fun thing that we did is we have separate lights. The living room, separate lights. The bedroom, above the bedroom, separate lights. So it's all the same area, but we have separate light switches, and they're all on dimmers. In fact, all of our bathrooms in the treehouse and most of our lights are all dimmers, so you can create moods. You can dim them down to 1% or have them full brightness. But for this, it really worked out because let's say you have somebody that wants to be sleeping and you want to be hanging out in the living room, you can turn off those lights right above the beds, but you can dim these down to 1% so you can still be doing your thing. Same thing in the kitchen, and not disturb them as much with the lights. Just a full kind of studio layout that you can all kind of just hang out and be in here together. So here in the guest treehouse, we have another huge glass door. With just the click of the button, you can open this up and turn all this interior space into exterior space, bring it all together and just really pull it all in. Like I said before, we have tons of deck space. We have 2,000 square foot of interior space, but the minute you open these doors up, it just feels like all 5,000 square foot total is just, you're able to just move around and live in. It's just really fun to be up here, especially bringing all those trees in. So this is a 12-foot glass door. You open it up to the 25-foot drop and just be up in the trees, be eating and just having a great time.
Under the belly of the beast here, we have 32 pylons. Amongst the 32 pylons is a shed we built, insulated shed and heated shed, where we have the hot water and the pressure tank and all that kind of stuff underneath here that feeds the rest of the build. So we have two 50-gallon hot water tanks, so we'll never run out of hot water. So we wanted to make sure that we covered that base. And this is where the well taps in as well. So it was quite a fun project.
What an experience, what an adventure that we have, just great memories, and it was just so much fun. I couldn't have built it with a better person, and it just was literally the best decision ever, so it was amazing.
I appreciate that. I get a little teary-eyed, but yeah, it was a really fun experience, I think. You know, I look back at things in my life, and I think the most important things you can do is spend it with family. So yeah, this is stuff we live for. So I thank you, buddy. I love you.
Yeah, thanks. Not only do we, have this treehouse for ourselves when we come and have family members, cousins and stuff to all kind of hang out, but we also thought it'd be really fun to have everybody else be able to experience it as well. So we do have it on Airbnb, and if you like what you see and you'd like to come stay for a few nights, we do have a link to the Airbnb in the description. You can also search on Google Skywalk Treehouse. It'll pull up our website and the Airbnb link as well. And on Instagram, the same thing, Skywalk Treehouse, and you can find us there. And also we have a YouTube channel. We actually film the entire build, and we have a time lapse. You can see the whole thing from start to finish, and that is on our YouTube channel. That one's called Dak and Sav, and that shows that whole time lapse, and we'll be continuing to post content on there as well.
Yeah, so I also have a website, it's deanclevin.com, and it's my art, so if you want to check that out as well, that might be kind of fun.
Cool.
Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah.
No?
That's way out of character.
I think
I'm gonna use that.
That's like it's like totally out of character.